Okay, my visionary leaders, check this shit out. The people who have like dicked you over in the past. Now, I did pull these cards for the collective, but there was kind of a different message coming through for you. And justice is about to be served, because when your name is all up in those lights and you start claiming those, like all these opportunities, because all these opportunities are already starting to flood into your inbox, right? And so like agents and managers and like all of these things, right? You do still need to make sure to like trust your intuition and be discerning about who you've let into your team, because as we see from the public eye, people who did not, and then kind of got infiltrated, their shit is getting messy right now. And that's not going to be the case for you. This is a 10-minute message, but this justice thing is huge. Oh, and also, if this is the first time seeing me, hi, my name is Alicia. This is my only account. I never slide into your DMs first. Like, please don't get scammed. I love you. Also, please take what resonates from this reading and leave the rest. This is for a very specific group of people. So if it doesn't resonate, that's okay. Like, what? The Wayfarers in this deck is the Lovers card with the Star card with the Seven of Pentacles. So like, I don't know why Spirit's talking to me this way, but they're like, here's the tea. Because you finally got to this place where you're like, all right, I am going to only do what I love. I'm going to only shop with companies that I actually believe in and actually want to support. Like Tower 28, right? With this like sesame gloss. It's stunning and hydrating and actually very, very affordable. And it's, you know what I mean? High vibe company. If you want this color, you can get it right here too. But because you chose to fill your life with things that actually brought you joy, that aligned with your morals and values for who you are as a leader, right? That Star card glowing up like the sun, like, oh my Jeezies, like, can I get an amen? Like, people are just flocking to you right now because this is your time to shine. You have planted these seeds and you're going to need to continue to plant the seeds. So like, don't get it twisted. It's not like, yes, you need to rest, but not like rest as in like, oh, you can just sit back, chillax, and like, you know what I mean? Like there's still actions that need to be done. And don't worry, I'm going to like pull more cards and see what actions like need to be done. But what I'm really getting with all of this, it's just that like, this is the time where if there was ever a time for you to really get grounded, and here's the thing about grounding, with grounding, the way for you to get the most grounded is for you to, get stupid clear on your non-negotiables and do not deviate from them. So this is really talking about your morals and values, being like, I am never going to treat people who work for me like this. I am never going to have someone on my team who's going to try and, let's just say, for example, push their religion onto other people that work for me. I am only about, like, okay, Spirit's telling me to give you an example of how I did this personally for me. So like, for example, when I got my psychic superpowers and I figured out that I could channel like I do every single day for y'all, what I had to do very early on was I made a decision, and I decided very quickly that my morals, values, and beliefs, my destiny, my purpose, my mission, my standing on my soapbox has always been, you deserve to have it all. You can live happily ever after, however that looks like for you. So I had to decide when I got my superpowers that I only wanted to channel clear and loving guidance, because I didn't want to like do doomsday kind of stuff. That didn't interest me. I believed in free will. I wanted to make sure that every person that I channeled for would get the information that they needed to make the choices that would get them there happily ever after. That was my non-negotiable boundary. So then whenever I have clients or job offers or people who want to come on my team or people who are, wanting to collaborate, if they don't align or they don't have that same moral and value in place, if they also want people to live happily ever after, they do believe in running their business with kindness, they are like honorable and like, you know, above board and not doing this shady ass shit, like those are the companies that I want to support. Those are the companies that I want to collaborate with. Those are the clients that I want to coach, because I know that money, fame, fortune, success does not change your circumstances. It only amplifies the person that you already were. Sorry, I don't mean to be like yelling at you, because I know that you know this. I'm just kind of preaching to the choir, but this is what you really need to solidify within yourself. I don't know if some of you have been having like grinding your teeth a lot at night because this has been something that's been bothering you. Do get a night guard to help with that. I'm also really hearing oil pulling is going to help get out some of those toxins from here. And I also heard someone, I don't know who this is for, y'all, you've been chewing way too much gum lately and it's actually hurting your gums. Stop chewing gum. I randomly just heard cherry lozenges, so take that what you will. And this whole time I was talking about this, look what's on the bottom, 7 of Wands. But do you see this boundary of light? It's your boundary. It's your circle. You have to know what you are willing and not willing to do to get this fame and fortune. That's why I said in one of my other videos, I said the people who are actually going to become like legendarily famous, like bigger than the celebrities that are right now. Like I'm talking like your name is etched in history because you did something so monumental that had such global impact that it literally changes the world for the better for generations to come. That kind of shit. They don't necessarily, they're not doing it for the fame, right? They maybe like, let me just explain this if this is you. Clearly this is very channeled now. If this is you, if you are that visionary leader, yes, you knew from a very young age that you were kind of like destined to be famous. Like people just always talked about you or like wanted to know like, again, what lipstick were you wearing? Or, you know, where did you get your dress? Or like just something like, oh, how did you do your hair like that? Like whatever. And that's because you were born to be a leader, right? But this whole notion of right now, because it's like this, again, the time is now. There is definitely this call for you to stand up, but you're not now doing it for the fame because you finally got to a point in your spiritual journey and in your personal development where you actually realized that like the fame that you were really wanting, like, you know, like up until this point was because you really wanted validation. You wanted someone to say, hey, yeah, you're worthy. Like you're cool. Like, you know, you are worthy, have worth or value to bring to the table. Now that you have worked on yourself, you've realized, oh my God, I know my worth. I know what I bring to the table. I know, you know, my special sauce, my secret sauce, like my talents and my gifts and like what I want to do with the money that I do get as that compensation for being able to share this with the world. And you just want to make this world a better place. So yeah, you are okay with stepping up as a leader now, but it is from this place of grace and kindness and not doing it for the fame and fortune, because that shit is a fucking huge crown to bear as you're seeing it come out with all of these other celebrities that are in the limelight right now for their messy ass shit, right? That's what these retrogrades are highlighting. You're going to have to deal with that. So that's why they're saying with that 7 of Wands on the bottom, you need to have your boundaries clear about what you're going to be sharing with the public and what you're not going to be sharing with the public, because the public is going to go, these parasocial relationships, like, oh my Jeezies, you know, people feel like they will dox you and they will find everything. So don't give them that ammunition. You need to heal that within yourself in order for the fame to take hold and not bring you down. Because as you're seeing in the limelight, that justice is getting fucking served. But you're going to get like the good justice and everything working out in your favor because you have evolved, you have worked on yourself, you have come to wholeness and oneness within you, and you have realized that the best and easiest way to make this global impact is to start treating everyone the way that they genuinely deserve to be treated. And let's be honest, I don't think that anyone deserves to have their, you know, husbands being like taken away from them, or like, you know, forcing your dancers to, you know, eat bananas out of like, you know, strangers' hoo-ha's. Do you know what I'm saying? Ooh, Warrior of Wands. I literally just heard Breakaway by Kelly Clarkson. I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly. Do what it takes till I I touch the sky, you know what you need to do. And if you do it, you're gonna be so victorious. Like, follow, comment if this resonates. And if you really need something more specific, do book a psychic coaching session with me, and link in my bio. If you're really wanting to do this in person, come join me on my spiritual retreat in Disney during New Year's Eve. Details in my profile. I love you.